Good morning from Clearflow. David Hale again, Robert Garcia behind the camera. Today we're going to talk about the checking water, Megan, your motor. When you get it out of the box, you get it stood up like we have it here in the picture. A couple of things I want to point out. First thing is you're going to get a bottle. This is for drinking water, any kind of potable water. It does not need to be distilled water. Just whatever you can drink, that's what we put in here. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to get a little book like this, and it's going to have electro pumping on here, Sayer. This is your pump manual, and this is the motor manual. And this covers all of the Sayer motors. It's in English, it's in Spanish, it's in numerous different languages, so whatever's appropriate. Robert is also, after this is over, is going to translate this into Spanish. So for our Spanish speaking customers, we appreciate it. So Robert's going to put it over in Spanish for you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, we need to check the water. And in order for you to check the water, you'll need a 21 millimeter wrench or the equivalent thereof. You will also need a 17 millimeter wrench. And what you're going to do is Robert's going to follow me around here on the other side of the motor. This is a vent plug. There is a fill plug right here on this other side. Okay, so what you're going to do is, if you can't get to these or you don't feel comfortable, so that's why I'm doing this video today, we are going to remove the cable guard. I'm using this. Use a Phillips screwdriver, or as some people call them, crosses. So loosen this up so you don't lose anything. You can just turn it to the side. You can pull it off just like that. So you got your cable guard off, and then you got your cable here. And yeah, they're a little bit of a pain, but you can get a screwdriver. Okay, take the screwdriver and bend these tabs up a little bit, like so. Then what you do is take it off. And the screen comes off. So now you've got total complete access to here. What you want to do is the vent plug over here. If you notice, it's already got a couple, but just for safety, release that just a little bit. Then take your 17, and what you need to do is you need to take this out. And here again, if it needs water, all you have to do is take your bottle, got water in it, and fill it up. You can check it again if you'd like, but it comes factory filled. But let it sit for a little bit. Make sure there's no air in it. Once you stand it up, check it in 15 or 20 minutes. And make sure there's no water, no air. If there isn't, then go ahead and put your fill plug back in here. And remember, you need to tighten your vent back up and just get it snug where it won't come out. Same thing with the field plug and the other side. If you can get to these without having to take your screen off and you feel comfortable, which you can, but if you don't, then take the screen and everything off and then tighten them back up. Put your screen back on it and then put your cable guard back. Okay, as I said, I've got them now where I can get to them. They're easy. You guys do the same thing. Just make sure if it's raining, you're gonna have to wait till it stops raining. If it's been raining, excuse me. If by some chance the motor leads have been sitting out overnight, you might want to leave them out in the sun for a little bit because you can get some false reading if there is a ton of moisture in the air. But let's just assume that everything's like it needs to be. So what we're going to do is we've got our 3 motor leads here, and the first one I'm going to do is I've got my crank megger, and it comes, I can have it on 1,000, 500, or 250. This motor happens to be a 480 volt, so I'm going to put it on 500. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these two together, and I'm going to crank the megger, and as you can see, it's megging 0 or grounded. Okay, take the other lead, hook it on there, and you can take, just to check and make sure you got a good ground. Here again, quick, it's still megging 0. Take this one off, put it on the lead, and then what you're going to do is you're going to crank. And on mine, there it goes, it's reading infinity. It's easy to crank. The next thing you want to do is you're going to ground it because there could be a charge in the motor. It's going to spark. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on lead number 2. I'm going to do the same thing, and here again it's megging infinity. Here again I'm going to ground it just so that it doesn't shock me or give me a little boost. Next one, third leg, same thing. So this motor's ready now. If it had cable on it, you might get a lesser reading for the simple reason going through 150 to 700 feet of cable. But you're going to meg it as long as you're happy with the megs, but direct to the motor on a brand new one, it should read just like it is. Now, if you have to make your splice after this, but we check these motors before they leave our shop. Okay. All right, if you don't have a crank megger, then get your multimeter out, put it on your ohms or continuity check. Take one to check and make sure that you're getting a full ground. Put it on there. And it goes to 0, as you can see. So we know that if it's got good contact, we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it on one lead. And it should start, and it's counting up. Down now it's infinity. So what I'm going to do then, same thing as I did before, I'm going to ground it just so I can get the charge out of it. Then the next one, going to be the same way. Should read, bingo. Here again, I'm going to take this one, ground it, and I'm going to go to the very last one, and I'm going to do the same thing. And there you go. So now you're all set. Your pump is ready to install. Put your cable guard back on. If there's anything less than 500 mega ohms on a motor that's like this, then you need to contact me and let me know. But typically out of the factory, they should read infinity on either a crank megger or with your multimeter. If you've got any questions, please feel free to email me at my email address. Robert's going to put all my contact information. You're free to call me anytime you want. If you have any questions in Spanish, then call Robert and talk to him. He speaks fluent Spanish. Thank you for your attention today, and we're going to do another video very shortly. Thank you. Okay, when you take it out of the box, there should be a yellow tag on here. It's going to show you how to fill the motor, but I showed you exactly how to do it. But this is a yellow sticker that's on every motor that goes out.